just can't understand how you can just so comfortably lie to everybody. And let's just be clear.
That's what you've been doing all night, buddy.
It's a political sparring match between Democrat Terry McAuliffe, who served as governor from 2014 to 2018, and Republican hopeful Glenn Youngkin.
He's a total wannabe Donald Trump.
There's an over and under tonight on how many times you're going to say Donald Trump, and it was 10, and you just busted through it. You're running against Glenn Youngkin.
Youngkin finds himself walking a fine line after getting Donald Trump's endorsement, while also trying to win back suburban voters who left the party during Trump's tumultuous presidency.
Donald Trump runs for president in 2024. Will you support him?
Yeah, who knows who's going to be running for president in 2024? And
if he's a nominee, will you support
who knows?
Blow after blow, the two drew political lines on dozens of issues, including hot topics in education, mandatory vaccinations, and abortion.
My opponent, on the other hand, is the most extreme abortion candidate in the country.
Businesses are not going to come to a state where they're putting walls up around their state. He's against gay marriage. He's against abortion.
Prudence Robertson of the pro-life Susan B. Anthony list sees abortion as key, especially with so many states taking action and the Supreme Court preparing to hear a related case in its next term.
Abortion should be the preeminent issue because when you think about it, none of those other issues matter if a person isn't given that first chance at life, that right to live outside the womb.
Youngkin defended his pro-life stance, omitting instances of rape or if the baby threatens the life of a mother. He re-clarified his support of a pain threshold bill to protect babies 20 weeks after conception.
Well, if Terry wins, he will do everything that he can to enshrine Roe versus Wade in the Constitution. He stated that explicitly last night. So if he does win this candidacy, we will see abortion unbarred.
When I hear Glenn Youngkin is against laws to stop domestic abusers from buying guns,
increasing corporate profits through serious abuse, and the performing of unnecessary procedures on children.
Glenn Youngkin is wrong for Virginia.
The McAuliffe campaign hitting Youngkin with a slew of negative ads on social media and TV. Youngkin firing back after Tuesday's debate.
Both of these books include pedophilia, graphically describes engaging in fellatio with male minors.
After parents found sexually explicit materials on the shelves in Fairfax County Public Schools, Youngkin came after McAuliffe, who vetoed a bill that would have informed parents about all school materials. This as the nation fiercely debates critical race theory.
And I'm not going to let parents come into schools and actually take books out and make their own decision. Yeah, I stopped the bill that I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
Political onlookers say both candidates moved the needle in their chances to win the governor's mansion, but it's too early to anticipate what swing voters will do at the ballot.
After that debate, we're seeing both of these campaigns push completely different messages on completely different issues.
Demographically, McAuliffe has a large advantage in Northern Virginia and the Eastern Tidewater region. Youngkin runs a lead in Western Virginia, and Richmond appears to be the area with greatest political sway. Other points of contention surround the end of right to work, border policies, creating jobs, and lowering the crime rate. Now we look forward to November 2nd, the day of voting. Brody Carter, CBN News.
Well, I see Washington correspondent Tara Mergener is joining us now. And Tara, McAuliffe's comments about parents not telling schools what to teach, how's that going to play with suburban voters, do you think?
Well, Pat, when I heard him say that, I kind of wondered, did he actually mean to say that? Because certainly it's hard to imagine any parent on either side of the aisle would not want to have a say in their child's education, be it Democrat or Republican. But McAuliffe really owns this. And as we heard in the piece, he vetoed legislation when he was governor that would have alerted parents when there was sexually explicit material in the school materials. So the other thing he did, Youngkin seized on this. This was a great moment for Youngkin, who has already got a new ad out there. Take a listen.
We watched parents so upset because there was such sexually explicit material in the library.
I decided to check the titles at my child's school. Both of these books include pedophilia, graphically describes engaging in fellatio with male minors.
You vetoed the bill that would have informed parents that they were there.
Yeah, I stopped the bill that I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach. I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
It'll be interesting, Pat, to see how that plays out in the days to come, whether that was a winning thing to say or not. But McAuliffe's position may also run counter to Virginia state law, which says a parent has a fundamental right to make decisions concerning the upbringing, education, and the care of the parent's child. And also, Pat, for so long, parents were told, get involved in your child's education. Kids whose parents care and get involved and are paying attention do so much better. And clearly, this is the absolute opposite of that.
Sarah, do you think that McAuliffe is carrying the burden of the failed Biden administration, the awful things that are happening in terms of inflation and the border and all the rest of it? Has he got to live with that burden on him?
Well, certainly Biden's falling poll numbers are no help to McAuliffe. That is going to be clear because it's all about momentum. So definitely what's happening to Biden, and there's no sign that his polling numbers are going to pick up, they're definitely going to be a drag. Again, the border crisis, the inflation you mentioned, the Haitian refugees coming in, resettling the Afghan refugees, all of this trickles down, across the party. So absolutely, this could be a factor, especially with the poll so close. This race is a virtual tie with McAuliffe having the advantage, but it's all within the margin of error. So the party not being particularly strong right now in terms of Biden could be a real problem for McAuliffe, definitely.
Is this going to be a predictor somehow of the 2020 midterms?
Yeah, a lot of people certainly think so. Virginia is just one race, but it's a very, very important race. So initially, this is going to set the narrative for the midterms. So again, McAuliffe has the advantage. But again, Biden is dragging him potentially down. There's a lot of concern with strategists that there's no sense of urgency in the Democratic Party. So if Youngkin can pull this off for Republicans, it's going to show that they can take states that Biden handily won in 2020. So yes, there's a lot of buzz about that, and Republicans are really hopeful that Youngkin can pull it off. But even if it's close, they're saying that this could be an indicator of things to come in the midterms.
Thanks, Tara. Well, keep your eyes also on New Jersey. So it looks like these two states are going to be key. And in my opinion, that comment by McAuliffe, he shot himself in the foot. And Northern Virginia has been the Democratic stronghold. We've got Loudoun County and Fairfax County. And if those counties go against him, I think in the Tidewater area, Youngkin is going to probably run ahead. And certainly out in southwestern Virginia, he'll run ahead. So, and in Richmond. So the question is, if in Fairfax and Loudoun County, if that remark, just that one remark by McAuliffe sinks his chances, Youngkin should win in a breeze.